Shut up and sit down.
I'm Alex of All Trades, and this is the TV Tuesday for Person of Interest. It's really hard for me to pin down my favorite anything. Food, movie, book, author. I really couldn't tell you those things if I was asked, but I don't believe it is hard for me to pin down my favorite TV show. Now, I don't include shows I've not finished or that are still running, so of all the TV series I've seen to completion, Person of Interest is my favorite one. Jonathan Nolan is a master of storytelling. This show naturally glides from a typical case of the week TV show to a, oh my god, the world's coming to an end kind of story. The slow build over the 5 seasons is much like the frog in the pot of water. It's warm at first, but it comes to a roiling boil without a single jarring lurch. It is basically a 74-hour-long movie with perfect pacing. I never knew what to expect, but what happened always made sense. The show grew and morphed as needed over time to mesh with its themes of computerization, Big Brother, and tech as Pandora's box issues. The characters were never unbelievable. They went through growth too, but like the show, the core of their being was always still there, and I couldn't imagine these characters being played by anyone else. The recurring characters were also well played. The majority of the episode-to-episode casting was also very good, with a few exceptions. I know most people think of Michael Emerson as that goddamn Benjamin Linus, but his performance as Harold Finch eclipses his performance in Lost. Person of Interest is down and dirty sci-fi at its best, with so much cool and realistic action that it was nearly impossible for me to stop watching. There were times when the show seemed to expect me to remember a character that was in one episode a season or two ago, like that was reasonable, but the idea that some people came back a long time later still made sense. It would have been more realistic if one of the main characters forgot who someone was at some point. Everyone on the show instead had perfect recall of all faces and names, as if they were the machine. Speaking of perfect recall, I can't remember a single instance of the writers retconning a moment, as happens in most shows. It's like the showrunner or someone had a death grip on the vision of the show to prevent mistakes. I quite like that. Too many shows do this because some other writer comes along, even just a few episodes later, and undoes something that happened in an earlier episode. Drives me nuts. I don't remember that happening on Person of Interest. Also, they didn't leave characters or subplots hanging. If a character disappeared, the main characters would discuss it until an answer was discovered. Unlike some other shows that will just completely forget about a character and never mention them again. These two issues are bad writing, and sometimes it's the producers getting involved on the behest of the studio, telling showrunners to change things. We didn't get any of this in Person of Interest. It shows how good TV can be when a brilliant writer has a good idea and is left to really explore it. I mean, bad writers with bad ideas left to their own devices still create bad shows. It's just not the studio's fault at that point. But watching Person of Interest was a joy, and it really got me wanting to watch Westworld, because that's also by Jonathan Nolan and involves ethical questions in relation to technology. And I'm enjoying Westworld too. Seriously though, if you haven't started watching Person of Interest, do so. Watch the whole thing over the course of 2 weeks. Take off work. I doubt I will ever recommend a show as much as I do this one. Person of Interest. Watch it. This was TV Tuesday, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe, click the bell, visit my blog at empatheticwriter.wordpress.com, and follow me on Patreon for exclusive content and a shout out on a video. Merch, 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 merch. Yeah. Check out my new shop at cafepress.com/Alex of All Trades for all kinds of products with my face on them.